Look, guys, Dominick Black has got a bad rap. And I've been saying this kind of from the start. People were like, oh, he testified against his friend, his brother. And that was my initial impression too. It really was. I was like, why is he testifying on behalf of the state? Why aren't these things going on? But as I watched his testimony, I watched this kid, and he's up there and he says what he needs to say. This guy's terrified. The felonies he's charged with, we're talking several years in a Wisconsin state prison, not county jail, not some community service time. He's facing prison time, and Binger is an unethical piece of literal fucking garbage. I don't care. Look, I'll mitigate a lot of what I say about various lawyers. Binger is garbage, and I will not back down from that. And if he wants to go ahead and challenge me on it, I will bring a can and throw him in it. And the can won't protest because it'll be like, you're home, Binger. You're home. You're a piece of garbage. I understand. So he has threatened this guy with all sorts of felony charges that will, if he is convicted, will put him in prison for a very long time. So he goes in, he says what he needs to do. But one thing I pointed out at the time of the trial, and I stand by it today, he gave Kyle a whole bunch of help on the witness stand. He talked about how chaotic the situation was, how he was afraid just being there, so that he retreated up to the rooftop. But Kyle wasn't able to do that. People told him, no, you got to be on the ground because you're medical. There's a big distinction between what Dominick Black was doing and what Kyle Rittenhouse had to do because of their different roles there. And everything I saw from Dominick seemed to be, I have to say a couple things, but everything else I'm going to give to the defense. With that, I want to present to you, Kyle raised a whole lot of money for his legal defense, something like $500,000+ for his legal defense. Dominick Black has not had access to that. And that's one thing Barnes has talked about. You know, it really would have been great if they would have set up a joint defense agreement. Like, I don't know the logistics of that. I don't know the practicality of whether or not they tried that. What I do know is that Dominick didn't appear to take part in that, and he has a privately funded attorney, and they're facing a real issue here. So I'm going to send this give, send, go link into the chat. If you guys feel compelled to support Dominick Black, he's the one who is stuck dealing with this issue from Binger. I will say on the record, without a hint, Binger, sue me, you motherfucker. This is an unethical, malicious prosecution. It's politically motivated. Binger is a giant piece of shit. He was politically motivated against Kyle. He lost against Kyle because his case was bad. He knew his case was bad, and he tried to lie to bring a fake case against this kid. And now that he doesn't have it, he's going after Dominick Black. And that is remember, Dominick Black went in for the state, and I guarantee you, I guarantee without a hint of doubt that Dominick Black's attorney had talked to Thomas Claire Binger and had made some sort of not official deal, but a partial deal. Now, when Judge Schrader says, no, I'm dismissing this charge against Kyle Rittenhouse, Dominick is charged under the exact same thing. The logical answer is go in, move for dismissal. The judge grants the dismissal on the exact same grounds. And Binger says, if you do that, I will punish you with an appeal. I will make you pay another $20, $50, whatever $1,000 it is for an appeal, because my little stupid ego is hurt because I couldn't win against Kyle, but I'm going to bury you, even though you testified for me against your brother. What a fucker Thomas Binger is. Anyway, there's the give, send, go. It's not GoFundMe, who's absolutely shitty right now, but please consider checking it out for Dominick Black. That's the big update, guys, is that yesterday there was a hearing. They went in there and Binger said, if you dismiss this, judge, I'm going to appeal you. I'm going to make this kid pay tens of thousands of dollars on appeal. And I hate this. I hate this prosecutor. Sorry. That's my little soapbox. If you guys have anything to add, I'm done.
I mean, 100%. I'm just, It's so frustrating to see him like peacocking in this situation where you can tell he's running a trial that should never have been run. And he's showing up every day with a different pin, flashing for the camera, showing off, being this, trying to be this sort of personality. You can tell he's sort of trying to, I guess, launch a political career or something, or
Yep.
and
or a media career.
Yeah, and it's just so maddening to see him going after people who are obviously innocent. And it's I can't understand it, and I would love to see a world where that sort of thing was properly punished, where there were actually sanctions that I could expect to see happen for some of this stuff. Because when we have witnesses getting up there and he says, "Oh yeah, I we didn't ask you to change your testimony," and the witness is going, yeah, you did. Like, how
Oh,
are
I
these guys
left. I left out a part. I left real quick, Joe. I left out a part. He's charged with two felony counts. I mentioned this earlier, right? Because two people died, even though I think that's the improper charging. I think the proper charge is the transfer, not on the death. Binger offered a compromise plea deal of only one felony count. Right. So this motherfucker, he overcharges. He knows he's overcharging.
They always do that.
He offers the plea deal to get rid of the overcharge and go back to the original would-be proper charge if you could support it factually, but you can't. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Joe. I just remembered that.
No, I was just remembering that when I was a child, I always thought it'd be so cool if I could dig a hole to China, because then if I ever wanted to visit China, I could just go through the hole and I can just like walk on through. And I don't know why no one ever dug it. And it would take a lot of digging. And what I was thinking is that if we ever tried such an expedition, and we probably wouldn't be able to make it very far, but whenever that project would stop and you get to that point, that's when you push Binger in, because there is no freaking hole deep enough for this scummy prosecutor who basically doesn't give a damn about people, about justice, about right or wrong. It's just, how do I better myself politically, economically, social standing? And it's just abuse and prosecutorial abuse with knowledge that this whole damn town is some family-run shenanigan, and they're basically completely slimy assholes. That's what it is. They're just completely slimy assholes. And there's no comeuppance. No one's looking into it and saying like, oh wow, we really should. Nothing's going to happen to him for all the prosecutorial abuses which happened during this past trial, which I mean were just shocking and stunning, and Fifth Amendment violations, basic civil liberties, not giving over proper evidence and doctoring up evidence and ignoring judge instructions about bringing in stuff that's clearly prejudicial and inadmissible, one thing after another. And all the signs we get, every sign we get is that he's able to walk this road because he knows there will never, ever, ever be anyone who questions this crap that he pulls, and that he can get away with without any possible repercussion. It's disgusting.
I agree.
I
don't really have anything.
He went to the bathroom on me.
I know. I don't really have anything to add to any of that because I
So while he's